Demon Lords might be some of the most terrifying beings in all the realms, but even they need a little touch of romance, just like most of us. From a Demon Lord who attracts his assistant by liking fluffy things, to a Demon Queen who teams up with the hero for the sake of humanity, here are the top 10 Demon Lord romance anime you'll fall for in every realm. Starting this list from the bottom of the pyramid is As Miss Beelzebub Likes. For normal people, Beelzebub is this really scary looking demon that can even take up the form of this disgusting fly. But for a lot of weebs, they see Beelzebub as this, or even this. But probably the cutest Beelzebub of all of them is Beelzebub from the anime As Miss Beelzebub Likes. The Beelzebub takes the form of a cute blonde girl with beautiful blue eyes. She was banished from heaven and became the ruler of Pandemonium. It's basically a place where fallen angels roam around and work in their daily lives. Now, she might know how to run a kingdom, but at times she gets super unprofessional, just like Gen Z.
Are you serious right now, bro?
It's what the data says, boys. This doesn't come out of my mouth. Anyways, because of that, a guy with the name of Murin becomes her assistant. He basically cleans up every mess she makes. And although he can't stand her sometimes, he just can't help but get obsessed with her. Because of these two big reasons, oh bye. I mean, her clumsiness and her love for fluffy things. These two have some of the cutest interactions, which is perfect if you want to watch something fun and lighthearted. At number 9, we have the greatest Demon Lord is reborn as a typical nobody. Believe it or not, sometimes Demon Lords get tired of being powerful. It's because people start to fear them to the point where they get isolated and have no friends. No, I wasn't describing you, Pookie. So Demon Lord of Arvados decided to start a new life thousands of years into the future as a literal nobody with a slow, peaceful life. Well, that's what he thought would happen. He had a perfect start to life, being born as an ordinary family somewhere rural, where he now goes by the name Ard Meteor. Though it all changes when he joins the Academy of Magic and finds out that he's still stronger than everyone around him. He constantly becomes the center of attention with boys and girls lining up to approach him, something that he definitely didn't want for a nice mundane life. My man is literally suffering from success. But the real deal comes when he gets close to two of the prettiest girls in school. His childhood friend, Irina, is someone who has a massive crush on him, and often gets jealous when he gets close with other girls. Meanwhile, Guinea is a succubus who falls in love with him after he treats her with respect, something that she doesn't get very often as the others would rather shame her for her origin. These two are like Lightning McQueen and Strip the King Weathers, who keeps competing in a race to get Ard's affection. What's sad is that Ard doesn't even notice their feelings, as he has zero social skills, rivaling that of someone mute like Komi-san from Komi Can't Communicate. Next up at number 8, we have I Couldn't Become a Hero, so I reluctantly decided to get a job. Yes, it's one of those anime with the long titles describe the whole plot. Raoul Chaser dreams of becoming a hero and defeating the Demon King. So he joins this hero training program to get stronger, but the unexpected happens. The Demon King dies. Now, that piece is restored in this world, the hero training program is shut down, and Raoul has nothing else to do. Basically, he's jobless. He then forces himself to get a job at a local retail store called Magic Shop Leon. What seems to be your ordinary and boring life turns into something special when a new hire is introduced to the team. Pheno Bloodstone might look like the boy from the outside, but she's actually the daughter of the late Demon King. It's also her first time being out to interact with humans, as she used to live her whole life in the demon world. So you could say she acts weird and lacks common sense, just like a baby but in the body of a really cute teenage girl. I mean, she doesn't even get flustered when Raoul sees her without clothes on, so you can imagine how it's like dealing with her. But nonetheless, Raoul's life becomes more colorful with Pheno around. Next on the list is Demon King Daimao. If someone were to tell you that you were destined to become the Demon King sometime in the future, what would you do? Would you try to become the most feared Demon King by destroying humankind, or would you rather just chill in your demon castle with your harem serving you coffee and massage? Whatever your answers are, it probably doesn't even come close to what this guy did. Meet Sai Akuto. He might look like a normal academy student, but is actually predicted to become a demon lord after graduation. Because of that, everyone in the academy becomes afraid of him. However, he makes sure that his dream of becoming a high priest and having a good contribution to society is never going to cease. This dude's so pure, he might be the anime Jesus. Along his journey, he's surrounded by multiple girls who slowly develop romantic affection towards him. There's Junko, a disciplined girl who initially feels conflicted by his fate but still grows feelings for him. Then there's Kina, someone mysterious who loves him no matter what, and then there's even an android being sent to monitor him. And I think the engineers behind this android might be a little pervert because she acts like she's been programmed to explicitly tease Sayakuto 24/7.
ねえ、
はい。
ひょっとしてからかってる？
やや、
楽しい？
やや。
Halfway through and in 6th place is I'm the Villainous, so I'm taming the final boss. Believe it or not, there are some guys who like watching anime specifically made for girls.
Well, of course I know him. He's me.
This anime is about a girl who, after getting her marriage with the crowned prince canceled, remembers some memories of her past. She finds out that she's been reincarnated to an otame game that she used to play in her previous life as the villainess, Eileen Daruche. In this anime, every route ends the tragic death for Eileen. And the only way she could avoid this unfair canon event is to make the Demon Lord fall in love with her. In fact, the Demon Lord is the half-brother of her former fiancé who dumped her for another girl. Coincidence? I think not. Anyways, her plan works really well as the Demon Lord Claude slowly falls head over heels for her. And being the villainess that she is, Eileen flexes over her ex that she is the one who can tame Claude instead of him. Honestly, good for her. Pop off, queen. Ultimately, the Crown Prince and his men did everything they could to sabotage Eileen and Claude, but with the power of love, literally, the two were able to find a good ending as they happily get married in the end. A really good anime with actually good representation of strong female main character. Also, Eileen is voiced by Rei Takahashi, the same voice actress for Amelia, Ai, and Takagi. She's a literal queen. Hey there, you're a 10 out of 10. I'm glad to have you, Pookie. Animecchi's not pregnant, but you know we always deliver. It's our job to give you the best top lists, but how about you make us a 10 out of 10 channel by gracing us with your top-notchness when you hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for that. Ooh. At number 5, we have I'm Quitting Heroing. Leo Demonheart has just become a hero after saving the human realm from Demon Queen Echidna's invasion. However, these ungrateful humans mocked Leo and exiled him instead of thanking him for saving the world. The education there must be bad with this type of manners. Leo then wanders aimlessly until he finds out that the Demon Queen Echidna is trying to rebuild her army. He goes up to Echidna to offer help. However, Echidna refuses. I mean, of course, she lost to him before. But Leo doesn't give up. He puts on a mask and calls himself Onyx, becoming the kingdom's Dark Knight without Echidna knowing. Though slowly after meeting face to face a couple times and with a bit of smooth Duke Dennis level riz, he won her heart over as they worked together as a team to achieve one shared purpose. Next up on the list is How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. Takuma Sakamoto is a gamer, and he plays this MMORPG called Cross Riviere. The thing about him is that he's like a god in this game. He's like the Mike Tyson of Cross Riviere, or the LeBron James of Cross Riviere. He's so good that everyone calls him the Demon Lord. One day, to his surprise, he gets transported to another world in his game avatar form. He meets these two beautiful ladies, the intelligent cat girl Rem and the not-so-intelligent Shira, though she has other qualities she can be proud of. Big oh bye. The two keep insisting that one of them was the summoner and even cast a spell that enslaves summoned beasts. To their surprise, Takuma, or Diablo is what he's called in this world, finds out that he has a unique skill that lets him reflect curses or spells being put on him. As a result, Rem and Shira are the ones who get enslaved, with their necks chained like they're his pets. However, Diablo is no one evil. This anime explores their journey in finding a way to break this spell while facing challenges that shouldn't be that much of a threat to the Demon Lord. Next, we have The Devil as a Part-Timer. This anime is basically just like what the title says. The Demon Lord, or Satan, comes to Earth only to find out that magic doesn't work down here. So he has to, by all means, survive on this completely new world and new environment, even if it means he has to flip some burgers and fry some french fries. If you've seen enough anime, you've probably noticed that there are some off-brand fast food restaurants with the logo slightly changed. Yes, he works in one of those. It's called McRonald's, and he changes his name to Sadao Mao to fit in. It's a bit crazy because his nemesis also goes down to Earth and works a normal job, which is front-end office for direct communications with customers. I mean, she works in customer service. She goes by the name Emi Yusa, with Yusa meaning hero. You might think the two would somehow end up liking each other just like some other anime, but you would be wrong. You see, this anime goes for a trope that not many would expect. While it could be true Emi Yusa has some feelings for him, but she's too much of a tsundere who probably doesn't even know her own feelings. So Mao goes for the girl who clearly shows that she's into him, which is this average Japanese girl with the name Chiho Sasaki. She looks like the type that you would see in every corner of Japanese streets, but she has some qualities that surpasses even those of an otherworldly hero like Emi Yusa. She's cheerful, caring, kind, and most importantly, she has a big pair of she has big affection towards Mao, and she's not shy to show it in front of him. The romance between the two is nicely developed, and it's definitely something refreshing for a lot of us weebs looking for something new. Highly recommended. At number 2, we have the misfit of Demon King Academy. If you've ever been around in the anime community for some time, then you've probably have heard of this Giga Chad being involved in debates of the strongest anime characters of all time. His name is Anos Voldigode, or should I say, Voldigoat. He was a demon lord who sacrificed himself to create peace for humanity. 2,000 years later, he was reincarnated as the son of an ordinary human family. But even then, he still has the powers and abilities that he had 2,000 years ago. For example, man shocks everyone when he reveals that he could talk as a baby, as he literally names himself right after being born. When he joins the Demon King Academy years later, he finds out that the level of magic has been decreasing drastically. It's like inflation, but backwards. Not only that, it seems that history has been manipulated, as when he reveals himself to be the Demon King that has been reincarnated, nobody believed him and instead labeled him as a misfit. But since he's still the same powerful Demon King of 2,000 years ago, he's able to prove them wrong time and time again by defeating some of the strongest students in the academy. I mean, he once unalived this cocky little dude, then resurrected him, then unalived him again, then resurrected him again, over and over countless times until he finally admits defeat. Though that's still not enough to convince some other students. Luckily, he meets these really beautiful twin sisters with the most generic combination ever. Sasha Necron, a tsundere with a blonde twin tail, and Misha Necron, a quiet girl with white short hair. After seeing how powerful Anos is, these two believe that he was in fact the reincarnated Demon King. Even Sasha catches feelings for him, or maybe she's just a tsundere, you can't really tell nowadays. With these two and some other side characters, Anos is determined to uncover the mystery of false narrative that has changed the state of humanity. Also, this anime gets wilder the deeper you go into the story, so once you get past season 1, you're in for a crazy ride. Oh, by the way, the Anos voice actor situation is also kind of crazy, but we won't talk about it here. Finally, at the top of the pyramid is Mayu, arch enemy and hero. A romance between a demon lord and a hero is always interesting, but this one in particular might be the best of all. The war between humans and demons has been ongoing for 15 years now. Determined, the hero goes to the Demon Lord Castle to put an end to this whole madness himself. But he couldn't have expected what was awaiting him. Not only is the Demon Lord a drop-dead gorgeous female, but she also has a pretty deep affection towards humans with the same goal of bringing peace to the world. Initially, the hero couldn't believe this, but the Demon Queen provides research and data to back up her claim. Honestly, reminds me of the nerd emoji with the pointing finger meme. I have proof and evidence. Anyways, she argues that the war had indirectly helped the southern nations because they keep getting aid from the central nations, which is crucial because without their help, it would have been a lot worse for the southern nations, especially in starvation. She then proposes an idea of bringing prosperity not only to the southern nations, but also the entire world. But she needs his help in order to achieve this goal. The two of them then agree to work together, and along the way, the Demon Queen starts playfully teasing the hero while the hero was unsure how to respond, creating these warm, lighthearted moments. Not only that, they both have deep admiration towards each other as they collaborate, learn from, and rely on each other. This is your ultimate romance of two individuals with complete opposite roles who share mutual ideals and growth. That's a wrap, weebs, and thank you for sticking around. Tell us in the comments if you agree with this list and which anime should have made the ranks. You made it this far, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more tea. See you next time.